morning or afternoon or middle of the night. I'm not one to judge. You do you. I'm going to go through our language arts lesson 1.02, Sally Stays Safe. And if you want to do this on the Buzz platform and have a grown-up go through with you and click all the stuff, and that's great, that's fine. But I know that can be hard for some families, especially finding the time. So I'm going to do this video so you can watch this video and participate in this video. And then that's our lesson. So in this lesson, it's going to be a little bit long. So I'm going to give you points to where it's, take a break, pause the video, come back to it, whatever. There's going to be, I think, maybe 3 spots where I'm going to pause it because there's a lot we do in each lesson, and it's a little wide, that net we cast. So I'll give you chances for breaks. If I ask you, like, what sound does this make? What's the answer? I'm going to expect you to respond, even though I can't hear you all the way in Napa where I am. I still want to know that you're learning. And if you're just sitting there with your brain turned off and picking your nose, you're not going to be learning. So you need to turn on your learning and thinking brain. Give it a massage. Massage your scalp. Treat it nicely. This is the only body you get. Treat it well. It does a lot for you. Turn on your listening ears. Get the Q-tip, not inside the ear canal. That's dangerous. But if you got shampoo all up in this, get that out. If you got a chunk of dirt, get that chunk of dirt. All right, turn off your blah blah voice. Turn on your learning voice, which means you respond to questions and you give good answers. And oh, do we have our reading eyes turned on? We might need our reading eyes. So turn those on. All right, I have my nice little fancy mic with a bobby pin holding it into my shirt. In the video, I will also go through the worksheets that you need to complete, and I'll talk about them and explain what to do with them. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm going to share my screen and we can start our lesson. Okay, oops. I had to do this is my second time. I forgot to share the computer audio, which will come in handy when we do our video. So the theme for our lesson is about being safe and super safety. I said it really weird. Why do you think I was saying it so strangely? What sound am I making? S. And that's a letter we're going to learn today in our language arts lesson. So super safety. We're warming up our brains. We're going to do our alphabet safari video. This is a time where if you want to get up and dance and move your body, you are welcome to do that. I'm not going to get up and dance, but I'm going to bop in my chair because I don't have the room to get up and dance in my work studio. We'll call it that.
On an alphabet safari, what will we see? Consonant creatures and vowel village families. A alpaca napping with B bear. C camel and D dolphin like to share. There's E elk and F falcon playing with G gorilla. Oh, what fun! On an alphabet safari, what will we see? Consonant creatures and vowel village family. H horse and I iguana singing with J jellyfish and his mama. K kangaroo and L leopard runs with M monkey whose shirt is zipper. On an alphabet safari, what will we see? Consonant creatures and vowel village family. N narwhal swims with O octopus, while P penguin takes the school bus. Q quail and R raccoon. S eagle and T turtle too. On an alphabet safari, what will we see? Consonant creatures and vowel village family. U umbrella bird loves to dance. V vulture and W walrus take a chance. X-ray fish is very shy. Y yak and Z zebra wave goodbye. On an alphabet safari, what will we see? Consonant creatures and vowel village family.
Feel free to also do video clips, videos and songs on YouTube that have the phonics songs and alphabet and letters and stuff. I have those up on my YouTube channel. So This cool cat, he's all about staying safe. You can tell that because he has his safety hat on, he has his safety goggles, and he has a tool belt. Being safe is really important. Here it says, write about it. So I am going to show you, it's going to be on the little picture, but this page here, this is for you to draw a picture of you doing something safe or someone doing something safe. So maybe it's crossing the street at a light. Maybe it's asking a grown-up for help when you use scissors or cutting something open. Maybe it's not touching something on the stove that's hot. Whatever you want to draw a picture. Remember, no naked stick figures because those are details to show who those people are. They have to have hair. I want 3 or more colors. Okay, friends? So this is one of the assignments that you'll do is draw a picture. And if you don't have this special paper, it doesn't matter. It's fine. Just any kind of paper, even just talking about it with your grown-up. I'll take that. That's fine. And we're going to learn a lot of stuff in this lesson. I'm just going to keep powering through, you guys. Okay, going to the next page. Keep looking down at my notes. I made notes. All right, word work, sounding out the letter. Oh, what's that letter called, friends? S. I said it really long to give you that sound. That letter is called S. Look at my mouse. You make a little C, and then curve it back. Now, I'm not too worried about learning how to write the letter S. Yes, please do all those practice pages. Practice learning it. But we're also going to learn it together in our phonics lessons a little bit later. So this is good practice. It's getting your brain learning. So we'll do both. Oh, snap, it's the letter S. The silly, squiggly, squirmy letter is a part of the consonant creature club. And it makes a super sound that goes, S. Why don't you say that with me? S. And if you're missing those front teeth, it might be a little bit hard. Just try your best. See, even I'm having a hard time. If we go through our alphabet, I'm not going to sing the song. You are very welcome to sing the song, but we can see it's down here in the second half. The word they use for seagull, the word they use for S is seagull. So S, seagull, but that's not the way we're going to do it in phonics. Don't worry about that. We're going to look down here. What picture makes the S sound? All right. Does flower go S, yes or no? All right. Let's click and see. Oh, I guess we have to wait until the very end to submit it. Okay. Well, I'm not going to click it because flower does not make the S sound. What about puppy? Does puppy go S, yes or no? No, it doesn't make the S. Ooh, this picture, it's a sun. Does sun go S, yes or no? Yes, it goes S. Now, what about this one? What is it? The moon. The moon. Does moon go S, yes or no? No, it doesn't make it. So I'm going to click submit. And it tells me C-O-R-R-E-C-T. Correct. Correct. All right, next slide. Does it make the S sound? Does penguin go S, yes or no? No, it doesn't. So we're going to skip over that penguin. Oh, we saw this one before. It's a flower. Does flower go S, yes or no? No, so we're going to skip it. Ooh, we use these in class. We cut with them. They're called scissors. Does scissors make the S sound? Yes or no? Yes, they do. I was going to say no, and then I got sidetracked. So yes, scissors do make the S sound. Now, you could call this 2 words. You could call it a balloon, or maybe you look at the shape and you go heart. Does balloon or heart start with the S sound? Yes or no? No, it doesn't. So we're going to submit our scissors as being the S sound word. Correct. C-O-R-R-E-C-T. Okay, we're going to go to the next slide. We have 2 more that we're going to choose. All right, flower, yes or no? No, it doesn't start with the S. What about fly? Does fly start with S? Yes or no? I can't hear you. Are you still following along with me? I hope you are. I'm the only one being silly right now. I need you to be silly with me. And no, fly does not start with S. Oh, I like this animal. Penguin does penguin have the S sound? Yes or no? No, it doesn't. Oh, this last one, the tricky little picture. It's a snake. Does snake have the S sound? Yes or no? Yes, it does. Oops, I clicked the wrong thing. So I'm going to submit another S word. And it says C-O-R-R-E-C-T, correct. So I'm going to click OK. We're going to do our last slide. Does this make the S sound? Does puppy go S? Yes or no? No, it doesn't. We're going to skip that one. Ooh, we remember this picture. It's the moon. Does moon start with S? Yes or no? No, it doesn't. We're going to skip over. And we just did this one, that happy little fly. Does fly start with S? Yes or no? No, it doesn't. Oh, I love this one at the playground. It's the slide. Does slide go S? Yes or no? Yes, it does. Oops, I clicked the wrong one. All right, I'm going to click submit, another S word, and it says correct. Okay, we got all of that done. Skipping over to next page. This is writing the letter S. I'm having all sorts of tricky little problems with my computer flipping, and I can't keep track. So, oh, I guess I should make this full screen. So I'm not gonna do the writing, the sky writing with you guys, but I am gonna ask you to sky write following the video, okay? When they are writing the letter in the video, I want your sky writers up. I might do it backwards because I'm just having a hard time tracking on my computer which way is the correct way, because I watch it when I'm recording it and it looks one way, and when it's finished recording, it looks different. I'm sorry, I'm not perfect. So follow the video to write the uppercase capital S and the lowercase s.
To write the uppercase S, start in the top right corner and curve around to the left. When you get to the middle, curve around to the right until you reach the bottom, ending in the bottom left corner. To write the lowercase s, start in the middle, curve around to the left and then curve around to the right until you reach the bottom, ending in the bottom left corner. We have learned how to write the letter S.
All right, you guys, so follow that video, play it. I said play it, but I'm just recording on YouTube. So if you need help with that one, we're going to do I'll do a different video later when we come to the S in our phonics program. But this is great practice for you to get started. And it has a try it for an activity sheet. This is the activity sheet, S writing. And I'll go over these again at the end of the video. I'll make my screen big so you can see the worksheets a little bit better. Maybe I guess when I pause it, I'll do that. So I'll talk through that one. Actually, this would be a great place to pause. So I'm going to stop my share. And I'm going to just quickly explain this one right here. Draw a picture of you doing something safe. If you want to write a sentence or words that go with it, you can have your grown-up help you. That would be a great idea. Maybe you can tell a grown-up one sentence about your picture and the grown-up can write it down there. A picture of you doing something safe. This was the picture or the page they were talking about for S practice. At the top, I wrote Language Arts 1.02. It's practicing the letter S, tracing the S for the word spider, so that's reading, and finishing the S for the word, oh, what's that picture of? It's a squirrel. And then you trace, 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 trace. Remember, we're going to start at the top. So we're starting at the top here. It's backwards on this camera. Top here. Do not start it at the bottom. All right, this is a great time to pause and come back if you want a break. So I'm going to just keep going, but this is a good place to pause. That's my 2-second pause. I'm going to screen share again, and I'm going to keep going with the lesson. All right, so the letter S. Going on to the next page, moving my notes out so I can see it a little bit better. Reading one by one. We have our magic pointer fingers. It's attached to our skywriters. So these fingers and our arms help connect all these things to our brain, so we learn it a lot better. So Penelope says, I see. I'm having trouble counting how many words are in a sentence. Is there an easier way? Well, Penelope, it is kind of hard to hear how many words are in a sentence. One way that we use to help us with our sentences and our words when we read by ourselves is we put dots on them. Look at the screen, look at the screen, look at my mouse. Sometimes you see them at the bottom of the word. Kindergartens in Mrs. Phelps' class, we have done that a couple of times. Excuse me, where we have the word with the dot underneath and we put our finger on the dot and we followed the dot. So it has this at the top and that's okay. I'm going to play it for you, but it's going to help. It's going to read the words.
I see a cat.
So I can go, I'm going to use my mouse under it. I see a cat. Oh, we know the word see. That's a sight word. That's one of those words we're going to learn by sight so we can see it. We don't even have to think. We know what that is without even having to think about it. We know it by sight. And then let's count the words in this sentence. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many words are in the sentence, friends? Tell me. 4. There are 4 words. So now we're going to try. I'm going to play a clip. And when we're playing it, I want you to count. You might even say it again and count it. I have a hard time staying with the thing. I say it to myself again. So let's play it.
I like school.
You can do this with me. I like school. How many words were in that sentence? 3 words. Let's see if we were right. I like school. There are 3 words in the sentence. All right, let's do the next sentence. Get ready.
I see the pig.
I see the pig. How many words are in that sentence? I see the pig. I see the pig. There are 4 words in that sentence. Nice job, you guys. All right, we're going to go to page 5. And I left Paxton the puppy at school. I'll have to get him later. Hopefully this weekend I can get Paxton. But this page, I'm going to kind of skip over it because we do this every morning, you guys. We read from left to right, top to bottom. I hope this is not flipped, but remember what we do in class and ask your grown-up if you need help, and I'm doing it backwards. So when we read from left to right, top to bottom, and I would make you look at Paxton and follow it around. So remember that when we read. I'm going to play this video. It's a little bit cuter than my little pointing. It's about reading, obviously.
Vroom, vroom. It's time to jump in your reading machine and practice how to read.
Put on your seatbelts, you're in a car.
We need to start at the beginning of the road and drive to the end. When you read, you always start at the top left of your page and keep going until you reach the end of the words on the right side of the page. Once you've reached the end of the road, you hop on down and start again on the left. When the car gets to the bottom of the page, it moves to the next page and starts all over again. Put your finger on the words as you read. This will help you stay on track. When we write, we also write left to right. Rev up your engine. To write well, we need to practice holding a pencil. First, make a fist with the hand you use to color. Next, roll your thumb and first 2 fingers out to make a claw. Then, touch the tips together to make a raindrop. With your other hand, take your pencil and push it between the tips of your fingers. Your raindrop claw should be holding the pencil now. Try to keep your fingertips close to the bottom of the pencil. Now you're ready to write. Remember, when you're reading or writing, you always start at the top left. When you are writing, use the writing lines to help you know how big the letters should be. Ready to write some letters? Just make sure to stick to the speed limit.
Well, they made that D incorrectly on that video. So again, they had a different way. They called it the raindrop and the claw. I do where's pointer, where's thumbkin. Any way that's going to have that pinch is good with me. Okay, here it says write about it. It says to write the S's in your interactive notebook. We don't have an interactive notebook. Don't worry about it. You have that worksheet. That's what I want you to do. Okay, so next is sight words. We have 3 sight words in this lesson that we're going to be practicing. These are words you know by sight. So you don't have to look through and think and try to remember and sound it out. You know them because you have memorized them exactly as they look to know what word that is. So on this page, I can't find my sight word pages. Okay, well, I'm going to skip ahead and I'll do it at the end. On this page, it's going to have us just practice it. These play buttons just read it to you. So I'm going to read it to you, and then I'm going to have you stick with my mouse, and then I'm going to challenge you. So follow my mouse, look at my mouse, point to the word. Don't touch the computer screen because you might poke it and get your dirty little fingers on it, or whatever your grown-up says is okay. You know, they'd make the rules. But point at the word, and we're going to say it together. I. What does that word say, friends? That's where you tell me it says I. So what is the word? I. Remember, this is you're listening. Now you're doing it. Okay, point to the next word. Look at my mouse. Look at my mouse. Look at my mouse. What does that word say, friends? It says see. Your turn. You should have said the word see. What does it say, friends? Let's spell it together. S-E-E. Do it with me. S-E-E. Now let's read it together. See. What does that word say? See. All right, this word here says like. Let's read it together. Like. My turn. Like. Your turn. Like. Let's spell it together, friends. L-I-K-E. Like. So we can use these words to make all sorts of things. I see my friend. I like ice cream. I see things I like. See, I can use them in all sorts of ways. You can see them on your books, you hear them on TV all the time. You hear grown-ups use it all the time. We say them all the time. These words are everywhere. We're going to do some matching. So this is our first word. Look at my mouse. The first word. Oh, what is it, friends? Do you remember? Tell me. Like. We're going to look at the sentences on this side. Do you see which sentence says the word like in it? Go ahead and point with your magic pointer finger to the sentence that shows it. Does this have the word like? Yes? No. No, it doesn't. Does this sentence have the word like? See, I haven't read them to you. I'm just seeing if you can see it and connect it. Does that have the word like? Well, I'm looking here and I see L-I-K-E-S. There's an S. And that has a capital L, and that one has a lowercase l. But do you think that's the same word, friends? I can't hear you. Is it the same? Yeah, it is the same. So I'm going to click like, and he likes cookies, and they disappeared. So that means we got it correct. The next word is S-E-E. Read it to me, friends. I couldn't hear you. Read it one more time. See. I guess I should have told you what it was before I asked you to read it. So now that I said it was see. What is that word, friends? See. All right. Do we see the word see anywhere? Point to the sentence that you see the word see in. I can run. Do you think that has the word see? No. She sees a dog. Oh, do we see something we know in that word? The word see. Click. Click. There it goes. And then there's just 2 left, but we're not going to turn our brains off and just click, click. Let's look at them. What's this word, friends? This one is just a letter. It's I. When we talk about I, that's ourselves. I am Mrs. Phelps. I like school. I want to be with you guys in the classroom, and I miss you. This sentence says, I can run. So we're going to click it. Bye. Correct and hooray. You know your sight words. All right, we're going to go to the, not to the next screen. Goodness, Mrs. Phelps. Here there are ways to practice your sight words in your worksheets and all of those things, as I shuffle through all of my papers, we have some flashcards that can be printed off. These flashcards are really helpful if you want to like put them around your house somewhere or have your grown-up help you with them. These are all the sight words we're going to learn in this module. So for right now, this week, we're going to do some more in another lesson, but we're worried about I, see, like, and then we will also learn the words my and the. So these are the words we're doing this week. Okay, so those are things you can practice. You can write it in sand, you can write it in shaving cream or bubble bath, or bind them in your books. Anything you want. There's a lot we can do with that. Oh no, Mrs. Phelps, you clicked the wrong thing. Goodness. Well, I'm like 15 minutes into this video and I'm not restarting it, so you guys have to wait. Sorry. It's just like if we were in the classroom. Nothing's perfect, and I make mistakes all the time, but we'll just, roll with it. Okay, thank you for being patient. We're going to go to the next page. And this is a good time for a break. So if you want to take a break now, it's a great time to pause the video and come back when you are ready. So this is a good time to take a break before we move on to another thing we're focused on. Here's your pause button. Okay, I'm going to keep going. So if you have stopped, you've pressed play, then we're good to go. Okay, back to it. And these are our wondering words. Wondering words are really important because they help us know more information. What did you do yesterday? Where do you go for ice cream? When do you wake up? There was another one and it popped out of my head, but we'll watch a video and we'll talk about it more. These are really helpful questions when we start to read a book and want to know about the story. And these are also really helpful questions for when we do our writer's workshop and we're illustrators and we tell a story with a picture. Thinking about these questions: what time is it? Where, or not? What are they doing? Where are they? When? What time of day are they doing whatever the picture is? So we're going to go ahead and start this up.
Hey, what are you doing? Is that a storybook? What's it called? Can you read it to me?
Wow, you are full of questions.
Yeah, I get to learn a lot of new things by asking questions.
That's great. I love questions. And reading. This story is called Pip the Pirate Goes on an Adventure.
But wait, who is Pip?
I don't know yet. Let's read and find out more about this
who?
character.
That was the one I couldn't remember.
Hi,
Who.
my name is Pip. I'm not an ordinary girl. I'm a pirate. Arrgh! I'm going on an adventure.
Okay, so Pip is a girl and a pirate. But wait, what kind of adventure is she going on?
Let's find some details about Pip's adventure. I, Pip the Pirate, am sailing off to find Calypso's buried treasure.
Buried treasure? But wait, where is it buried? And when is she leaving on her adventure?
If we keep reading, I bet we'll learn more about where Pip is headed and when. Legend says that the treasure is buried on a Caribbean island. I will sail there tonight with my trusty pup named Pep.
Pip is sailing to the island tonight. That explains where and when. But wait, how will she find the buried treasure?
Great question. I wonder what Pip has planned. Let's keep reading. I've packed snacks, juice boxes, and my treasure map. This map has an X that marks the spot where the treasure is buried.
But wait, why is Pip going on this adventure?
Well, she wants to find the secret treasure, right? But Pip seems full of surprises. Let's read some more. I'll tell you all my adventure stories when I return. This is Pip the Pirate and my trusty pup Pep signing off. Hey, we learned a lot of information by asking questions while we read the story.
Yeah,
And
now I have more questions.
Okay, good.
Like, can I go on an adventure too?
But wait, who will be your trusty companion?
I don't know. I think I'll just go by myself.
Wait, what?
I think that is enough questions for today.
right. Lots of questions to know more information about our stories. So we're going to look at Sally Stays Safe. And we're going to think about these different kinds of questions before we start reading it, like who and where and what. So I'm going to click this blue dot on the sun. When does the story take place? So look at that blue dot. Look at the sun. What time does this story happen? Does it happen at nighttime or daytime? Go ahead and tell me. Well, I hope you said daytime because the sun's out, the sky's blue, and there's no stars or moon. So that tells us it's daytime. All right, I'm going to click over by the swing. Where are the swings? So where are these, well, I'd say people, but they're squirrels. So where are these characters, the people and animals that tell us a story? Are they at the park? Are they on the moon? Are they under the ocean? They're at the park. Okay, we click this one. Who is this? Well, we're going to read the story, I hope, on the next page, and I didn't accidentally skip it for whatever reason. So I guess we're going to find out who that is. But I know the title is Sally Stays Safe. So I have a prediction, a guess. Okay, last one. What is Sally doing? So look at the picture. What is Sally doing? Is she eating dinner? Is she washing her hands? Is she playing at the playground? Yeah, she's playing at the playground. Okay, so we're going to skip on to Sally Stays Safe. Who, what, where, when, why, and how? These are the essential questions for everything, right? Why do I have to do that? How would you expect me to do that? Where are you? What do you want? These come up every day. Okay, it says to look at the anchor chart. Don't worry about that. These are just our wondering questions, our asking questions. We're going to go through the book of Sally Stays Safe. It says, enjoy the book. Okay, thanks, book. I'm not going to click play because I'm going to read it to you. The title is Sally Stays Safe. Now look at my mouse. I'm going to use this to point to the words when I read them. Written by Nikki Bynes. That means that person did the words in the story. Illustrated by Yessie Short. Yessie did the pictures in the story. So Nikki Bynes did the words, and Yessie Short did the pictures, the illustrations. Sally is going to the park with her grandma. So we already know who. Who is in this story? Sally and her grandma. Where are they going? They're going to the park. And I did not follow the words when I read them. I'll do that one more time. Sally is going to the park with her grandma. It's not as smooth with a computer mouse, I'm sorry. Sally puts on her shoes and her sunglasses. Oh, they're telling us about the sunglasses. I wonder what time of day it is. Why would she need sunglasses? They stop at the stop sign. Sally checks for cars. Whoa, remember how we talked about safety and this is called Sally Stays Safe? Do you think they're showing us ways to stay safe on these pages? She wore her sunglasses before she goes outside in the bright sun, and they stop at the stop sign and they look for cars. That sounds pretty safe. Sally holds her grandma's hand. They walk across the street safely. Another good way to stay safe. Do you just go across the street anytime you want without anybody being there, especially a busy street like this one? That was the one rule I had as a kid. I could not cross the busy street by myself. I always had to hold a grown-up's hand. Sally plays on the swings and the slide. What a fun day for Sally. So we saw this picture before. This, if you're doing your writer's workshop, you're doing a story using an illustration. My chair is squeaking. This is a great example of a fantastic illustration. You can see where they are, the park. You can see when it is, daytime. You can see who is in the picture, Sally and Grandma, and you can see what they are doing. They're playing and staying safe. The end, or the end. Okay, so in your packets, if you picked up the worksheets, you might have these pages here. If you want to cut them out and make them your own book and read that with your grown-up, You know, so you have the book to touch. You are absolutely welcome to do that. You don't really have to do that because we read it there, but it's good practice, especially to practice our cutting skills and to practice holding books. Also, it is labeled with what lesson it goes with. Okay, so Penelope says, when I finished the book, I told a friend or a family member the answers to my questions. Did you? Well, we did that together when we read it. All right, next page. Go, computer. Sally learns the rules. So when we play, and we talk about this in kindergarten a lot, it's really important that we have fun, but we also follow the rules. We have rules to keep us safe. We have rules to make sure everyone else is going to be safe. They keep us from getting hurt. They keep us from doing things that make bigger problems later. So these rules that we have, it's not so we're big and bad and make things terrible for you. It's because we've been there. We've figured out ways to stay safe. So we just give you the rules to keep you safe. So we're going to do yes or no questions. Look at the picture. Is it safe? Yes or no? Is it safe to ride a scooter wearing a helmet? So you're going to tell me, is it yes, safe? No, it's not safe. And I think it's pretty important to wear a helmet if you're on a scooter or on a bike. So I'm going to click yes. And it says correct. This activity is safe. Wearing a helmet keeps us safe. I almost broke my head open when I was a little girl because I went down this road and it was a big hill and I smacked into a tree. And if I didn't have my helmet, I would have been really hurt. So it's very safe to wear your helmet. Is it safe to cross the street with a crossing guard? So some places will have a person standing out on the street saying, stop, it's not safe. Turning, yes, it is okay to safe. So is that a safe way to cross the street? Yes or no? And you don't have to wait for me to do that to give me an answer. You can just say it. It's not like you're interrupting me because you're at home. I'm going to click yes, it is safe. Click. Correct. It is safe. Now, if you don't have a crossing guard, you're grown up. Other grown up that you know, not a stranger, just a grown up you know. All right, my friends. Is it safe to cook by yourself in the kitchen? And look at the picture. She's using the oven. Is it safe for a kindergartner to be using the oven all by themselves? Yes or no? This is a really tricky one because maybe some grown-ups have trained you to use it. I'm going to click no. It's not safe because just any kid using an oven at 5 years old, generally not safe. Unsafe. But if your grown-up does this with you and has taught you how to do it very safely, you go with what your grown-up has taught you is safe or not safe. Because I cooked when I was that age, but my mom trained me from when I was very young, so I knew how to be safe. Okay, next one, last one for this part. Is it safe to ride a bike without wearing a helmet? Well, just look at that picture, you guys. Does it look like he feels okay? He's got a big red mark on his knee, and look, his mouth is curved down. His eyebrows are curved down. Just using that illustration, it tells us a lot. We can see he's outside. It's daytime. He was riding his bike and uh-oh, he got an owie. So is it safe or not safe? I'm going to click no. Correct. It is unsafe to ride your bike without a helmet. Now here you can have a chance to talk with a grown-up, talk with a friend, talk with anybody on different ways you can be safe when you're playing. How do you be safe when you're playing outside? How are you safe when you spill something? What do you do when you see someone who is not being safe? So maybe have a conversation with a grown-up. Be like, hey, grown-up, whoever that grown-up is, how do we stay safe? What are things you want me to do to be safe in our home? Okay, next page. We're getting close to the end, you guys. I know, it's a lot. It's a lot. So we're going to go through on some of these key details from Sally Stays Safe. Who is the story about? Go ahead and tell me. Who is it about? It should be Sally and her grandma, right? Well, Sally is the person that the story is mostly about. Grandma's in the story. Where does this story take place? Where did Sally go to? The park. She went to the park. Okay, now when? When does this story take place? Look at the picture. Is it daytime or nighttime? Tell me. It's daytime. And what is Sally doing? Here crossing the street. So look at this picture. It's not her at the park on the swings. What is she doing in this picture? She's crossing the street and she's doing it safely, holding Grandma's hand. Okay, now here it says try it. I'm going to make myself big to show you this one. It's 2 pages, and it has the pictures, and it has the who, so that would be a picture of Sally. What, that would be Sally crossing the street because she's staying safe. Where, a picture of her at the park because that's where they were going to. And when, that would be the picture of Sally crossing the street. Well, stinker. Okay, well, I'm not going to make you do this anyway because we just talked through it and we discussed it. And as long as you were participating, no worries. I got 8,000 things in my mind. So I'm sorry, friends. I dropped the ball and I told you the wrong answer. I was going through it. Not a big deal. But if you want to practice your scissor cutting, if you want to practice your gluing, this is a great thing for you to do. Talk with your grown-up about it. I'm going to go back to sharing. Okay, next page. Come on, computer. All right, so this would be a good place to take a break as well. If you wanted to take a break, go ahead and do it. Okay, now we're going to keep going. Writing workshop and naming words. Naming words are like people, places, or things. If you can touch it, it's probably a naming word, also known as a noun. What is it called, friends? A noun. A noun is a person, a place, or a thing. Your blanket, that's a noun. Your mom, that's a noun. Ice cream is a noun. Warrenton is a noun. House is a noun. Running, not a noun. Cold, not a noun. Tired, not a noun. This isn't really something we focus on in the beginning of kindergarten, so I'm going to kind of skip through it, and we're going to play the video. My internet is very slow, you guys.
What type of robot should we build? Naming words can help us decide. They name a person, an animal, a place, or a thing. Words that name something are called nouns. Now we're ready to brainstorm different naming words to make into robots. This is a dog. The word dog is the name for an animal. Ballerina is a noun because it names a person. School is a noun because it names a place. Car is the naming word for a thing. Here are some more naming words. Globe, ninja, cat, violin, bird, tree, astronaut, and house. What great ideas! Let's pick the dog, the car, and the ballerina. We're ready to build. We did it! We made junk into robots.
You could do that at home, kids. Do a STEM project. All right. Something you can do now is look around you. Look at all the stuff around you. Do you see anything that starts with the letter S? I'm looking around in my room and I can see some string. String starts with S. I can see my sneakers that start with S. Look around. Start naming off the things that you see that start with S. Tell me at least 2 things. Go. I'm pretending that I'm hearing your answer and responding. So if you didn't say anything, I just look silly. So say something. I don't want to be the only one looking silly. All right. So we're going to just skip through that. Skipping to the next page for the self-check review lesson summary. We learned about the letter S. We learned about those asking questions, the who, the what, the when, the where, the why, the how. We talked about naming words or nouns. We talked about reading from left to right, top to bottom, and we talked about how to be safe. So let's see what word here starts with S. I'm not even going to read them aloud. Look at the letters. Do any of these start with S? Does this one start with S? No, that says bird. Does bird start with S? I'm going to go back to the top. This one says apple. Does apple go S? No. What about car? Does car start with S? No. Ooh, what about this one? Sun. Sun. Does that start with S? I'm going to click it and submit. Correct. We've got it. Next one. We're going to click next. This is a naming word. So something you can touch, a person, a place, an animal, or a thing. Is scary a naming word? Is that a noun? Yes or no? No, scary is not a naming word. Can we touch scary? Can we put scary in a box and take it to our friend's house? No, it's not a naming word. What about pretty? Is pretty a naming word? No, I can't touch pretty. I can say something's pretty, but I can't pick up pretty and put pretty in a box. Ooh, what about big? Is big a naming word? Does it tell us what it is, or does it tell us about it? It tells us about it, not what it's called. So it's not a naming word. Last one, boat. Can you touch a boat? Can you put a boat in a big giant box and put it somewhere? Yeah. It doesn't tell us what the boat looks like, but it's a thing. We can touch it. I'm going to click that one and submit. Correct. We flexed our mental muscles. All right, last slide. What word would help ask a question about Sally? Does who help us to know about Sally? I guess we can only select one. So what about where? I mean, that would help us to ask about Sally. Where is Sally? What is Sally doing? When was Sally born? Who is Sally? I'm going to go with who, because even as a kindergarten teacher, I see we could use all of these to know more about Sally. So I'm going to take a guess on who. I might be wrong. Correct. Okay, good. It was a lucky guess. But you could also ask when will Sally be home? And that would be learning about Sally. Okay, we're going to go to the last slide. And then this is going to tell us what the assignment is. So it tells you to do a quiz. I'm not going to make you do quizzes. You're in kindergarten. I don't need quizzes in kindergarten. We have enough of that. I will go over your worksheets that I'd like you to do. So first off, draw a picture of you doing something safe. Trace and write the letter S, practicing with the letter S. This one, you really don't have to cut and glue unless you want the practice, because we discussed it in our lessons. This is showing Sally staying safe. Picture of Sally, what are they doing, where are they, and when are they? We talked about it. If you wanted to cut out the little book of Sally Stays Safe and you could point and read the words, you are welcome to do that. I'm not going to require you to do that. There is a page that goes with our sight words, and it will be in the packet that I email you, but it will not be in the packet available to the school. So ask your grown-up if they got that email, but this one is practicing our sight words, and there are directions for your grown-up. But basically, you pick a color for the word I, and you color the word I, that color. You pick a different color, maybe orange for the word like, and I'd color the word like orange. And then C, maybe I'll make that purple. And then I find all the words C, and I would color it purple. And then I would go through and I would read it with my grown-up and make sure I practice these words. You can also use these flashcards and put them places and have you just go through it and practice those too. All right, that is all for 1.02, Sally Stays Safe. This was really long. I hope this was helpful. Thank you, you guys.